fourth generation CR-V which you see today started its original journey in 1995 with global sales, but Europe saw its very first car in '97 with our Mark I. And over the following 10 years we found our sales rise to an annual volume of 22,000. And that's seen us in the retail market as actually leading #1 in its sector throughout that history, and that's even true today. Volumes going forward of this generation car will be about 18,000 units, and a lot of new entrants have come in, but we still dominate very heavily. The all-new CR-V comes to market with a brand new revised grade logic for the car, and those grades are S, then SE, SR, and at the top of the range is the EX. The average age of the Honda customer for the CR-V is 58, which actually is completely in line with the sector, so we sit very well there. Because of the type of mix we sell, which is very top end, 58% is EX, our top grade. That shows that a more expensive type of vehicle is bought by people with much higher levels of personal disposable income. The typical customer for the CR-V is 70% male, 30% female, albeit that's just the person on the registration document. It might not necessarily be the main driver. In addition to that, the retail mix is about 70% for us and 30% corporate. The SUV market tends to come into 4 classifications. That would be firstly the workhorse, which is largely the mass brands and the Korean brands. The next group would be what's known as the all-rounder and the sort of general purpose SUV. The third category moving up would then be those under the term of touch of luxury, and the last group is that of the prestige brands. And it's an interesting story between the Honda customer and the non-customer. Those that have yet to experience the brand would tend to put the CR-V into the classification of all-rounder. Once they've tried it, however, and through test drive and ownership experience, because of the very good build quality, because of the exceptional reliability for which we sit as #1 as a manufacturer in the UK, and because of the richness of the experience and the very high levels of specification that are standard, it tends to mean we move towards the touch of luxury category. So people's perception of the brand gets much stronger once we have what's known as the bums on seats and the ownership experience, which is incredibly good. When we look at competition in the sector, a couple of areas of research for us would be the new car buyer survey, which as people who have bought in the last 12 months who are considering buying in the next 12. In addition to that, we look at our website tracking of where consumers have come from and also what sites they're going to. And in order of priority, closest competition for us would be Volkswagen, it would be Land Rover, Toyota, but also BMW X3. And actually from new car buyer survey research, when customers have BMW X3 as their first brand of choice, second is Audi, as you'd expect, but actually third is the Honda CR-V. And that's really, really important for us. As I've mentioned, the rich mix that we sell at top end on our EX grade at about 60% shows that these are people with high worth, and equally it puts us more towards the quality and the premium end of that market. And this car is very much an evolution towards that. So in summing up the CR-V, how would you take a product and improve upon it when it's got such great levels of retention and loyalty and has led the retail sector in petrol as it has done over so many years? Well, with this car, it's probably the small touches and the refinement that will define it most, such as the one-touch rear seat collapsible system, optimising luggage space. In addition, you've got the very clever electronic tailgate and things like the panoramic sunroof, as well as the economy mode for driving in different conditions. The fourth generation CR-V is a premium product and looks very muscular and very strong.